In the misty autumn of 1795, on a tiny speck of land off Nova Scotia's shore called Oak Island, a 16-year-old boy named Daniel McGuinness gazed across Mahone Bay, his heart pounding with the wild dreams of youth. Pirates roamed these waters in tales whispered by fishermen. Captain William Kidd, they said, had buried his plunder here, gold and jewels worth empires. Spotting a peculiar depression in the earth beneath a gnarled oak tree, its branches scarred by what looked like ropes from a block and tackle, Daniel grabbed a shovel. Adventure called, but so did danger. Little did he know, this simple dig would unleash a curse that has claimed 6 lives, devoured fortunes, and gripped the world for over 2 centuries. With his friends John Smith and Anthony Vaughan, Daniel began excavating that very evening. Just 2 feet down, they struck flagstones, laid like a deliberate floor. Then every 10 feet, oak platforms, sturdy, hand-hewn, blocking their path like silent guardians. At 30 feet, fear gripped them. Whispers of ghosts, of Kidd's vengeful spirit, drove the boys from the hole they dubbed the Money Pit. But the seed was planted. By 1802, the trio, now men, formed the Onslow Company, with investors hungry for riches. They plunged deeper to 90 feet, unearthing layers of charcoal for waterproofing, putty sealed with nutmeg, exotic, impossible for local hands, and coconut husks from distant tropics, matted thick as a ship's caulking. At 90 feet, a massive stone slab, etched with cryptic symbols. 40 feet below, 2 million pounds are buried. Elation surged. This was no natural sinkhole. It was engineered, a vault daring them onward. But as they heaved the stone aside, catastrophe struck. Seawater roared in, flooding 60 feet in minutes. Pumps failed against the tide. A booby trap, they realized. Flood tunnels from Smith's Cove, 5 in number, snaking underground. Like veins of vengeance, the company dissolved in ruin, the dreams drowned. Yet the stakes only rose. Word spread like wildfire through Halifax taverns. Oak Island held a fortune. But at what cost? The curse was born in those shadows, a legend that 7 must perish before the treasure yields. 1 down? No deaths yet, but the island had tasted blood and intent. By 1849, the Truro Company arrived armed with boreholes and dynamite, their resolve hardened by greed. They drilled past the platforms, extracting iron links from a massive chain, scraps of gold, and more coconut fiber, proving the pit's builders hailed from afar. At 186 feet, their auger scraped parchment, inked with VI or UI, a code, a map. Theories exploded. Was it Kidd's loot from the Quedagh merchant, plundered in 1699 and hidden from the noose, or French gold from the 1745 siege of Louisbourg? The drama thickened when auxiliary shafts caved, swallowing tools and hope. Floods returned, fiercer, as if the island breathed defiance. The company folded, bankrupted, their leaders haunted by the what-ifs. The 1860s brought the Oak Island Association, but hubris met horror. A boiler exploded in their shaft, crushing the first victim, a nameless worker, his life snuffed in steam and screams. 2 down. Undeterred, the Halifax Company in 1866 probed Smith's Cove, uncovering a U-shaped stone wharf and channels lined with eelgrass, channeling the sea's wrath. They poured red dye into the pit. It seeped out at 3 distant points on the shore, mapping the trap's deadly web. But progress stalled, funds evaporated, and the obsession festered. Enter the Gilded Age of folly. In 1897, a worker named Maynard Kaiser tumbled from a makeshift platform, his body broken on the pit's unforgiving floor. 3 down. Parchment scraps surfaced again, hinting at ancient scripts. By 1909, the Old Gold Salvage Group, backed by a young Franklin D. Roosevelt, deployed divers into the murk. They found a steel vault at 160 feet, but corrosion and collapses mocked them. Roosevelt withdrew, his political stars rising while the island claimed another investor's dreams. The 1930s dawned with William Chappell, a dogged dreamer who tunneled to 170 feet, unearthing a miner's pick and axe, tools from Cornwall, 4,000 miles away. Then Gilbert Hedden, a steel magnate, mapped the site with precision, consulting mystics who linked it to Freemasons. He even alerted King George VI. But the king offered no scepter, only silence, Chappelle's shafts flooded anew, his health shattered, fortune gone. Post-war shadows fell heaviest in 1965. Robert Restall, a thrill-seeking chemist, leased the island, his family trailing like pilgrims to a shrine. Father, son, and crew dug at Smith's Cove, oblivious to the gas pockets brewing below. On August 17th, hydrogen sulfide erupted, a silent killer from decaying timbers. Robert and his 16-year-old boy Bobby clawed for air, but asphyxiation claimed them. Carly Grazer, Cyril Hiltz, and young Andy DeMont followed, pulled from the fumes too late. 4 lives in one cataclysmic gasp, 6 down. The curse whispered, "One more, and the prize is yours." Robert Dunfield roared in with bulldozers in 1966, carving a 100-foot crater, exposing blue clay and granite boulders, seals of some deeper chamber. But leases lapsed, and Dan Blankenship, a steel-willed veteran, took the helm in 1967. With partner David Tobias, he bored to 235 feet in shaft 10X. A camera descended, flickering images of wooden chests, a severed hand in decay, pirate bones, Templar guardians. The feed cut, the hole imploded, burying evidence in rubble. Legal wars ensued, fortunes bled dry, theories multiplied like ghosts in the fog. Pirates? Kidd's map, they claimed, marked the oak. Templars? Fleeing persecution in 1307, these holy warriors crossed oceans with the Grail or Ark of the Covenant, booby-trapping their horde with Templar cunning. Shakespeare. Manuscripts proving Bacon's authorship, buried by Rosicrucians. Marie Antoinette's jewels, smuggled from revolutionary guillotines. Aztec gold, British spoils from the Americas, or nothing, a natural cast sinkhole, amplified by folklore. Each tale hooked dreamers, but consequences mounted. Bankruptcies, broken families, sanity frayed. Today, brothers Rick and Marty Lagina helm the quest, their TV saga, The Curse of Oak Island, beaming the drama worldwide since 2014. With geophysicers, muon scanners, and divers, they've unearthed Spanish maravedis from 1652, Templar crosses, human bones carbon dated to 1600s Europe, and lead crosses etched with plus signs. Crusader marks? The swamp yields British military buttons. The shore? A 90-foot stone replica. Billions poured in, yet the pit resists, flooding caissons, collapsing drills. 6 graves mark the toll. The 7th looms as the ultimate stake. Will it claim another, or shatter the myth? Oak Island endures not for gold, but for the human fire it ignites, the thrill of the chase, the ache of loss, the eternal pull of the unknown. The money pit is no mere hole. It's a mirror to our souls, daring us to dig deeper, even as it buries our hopes. The treasure? Perhaps it's the story itself, a saga of obsession where every layer peeled reveals not riches, but the raw cost of dreaming too boldly. And still, the island waits, silent, unyielding, its secrets sealed in salt and shadow.